A first date with a gourmet dinner? A surprise rug? And a guy who ghosted mid-meal? What? I recently went on a first date that felt like a bizarre mix of a cooking show and a horror film. Last week, I invited a guy the first barely knew into my apartment, and he showed up with his own knives, a $145 bottle of wine, and, oddly enough, a rug. Yes, a rug. He drove for 2 hours just to see me. When I met him in the parking lot, he was busy pouring transmission fluid into his car. Definitely not your typical first date behavior. Once inside, he set down the fancy wine, handed me the rug as a gift, and started to prepare a full-blown 5-star meal. The dinner was beautifully plated and tasted amazing, but I couldn't shake the weirdness of the whole situation. Here I was, surrounded by knives, a luxurious wine, a surprise rug, and a gourmet dinner, yet there was barely any conversation. I tried asking questions and making small talk, but he remained polite, quiet, and hard to read. Then, out of nowhere, he said, "Sorry, this isn't gonna work." Just like that, he packed up his knives and left, leaving me in complete bewilderment. Later, I decided to look up the wine, since I don't drink, and I'm underage, so I planned to give it to my sister. It turned out to be a Honig Rutherford Late Harvest Sauvignon Blanc from 2013, worth $78 for that small bottle. Who spends that kind of money on someone they barely know? I wasn't heartbroken, but I was baffled. If he wasn't interested in me, what was the deal with all the effort? The knives, the drive, the expensive wine, the gourmet meal, and the rug, all of it felt so strange. Now I'm left with leftovers, a bottle of wine I can't drink, and a surprise rug that wasn't on my shopping list. In hindsight, I realize how naive I was to let a guy the first barely knew into my home. Lesson learned. First dates should definitely be in public places.